The Galactic Council's emergency session. In the grand halls of the Galactic Council headquarters, representatives from countless star systems gathered for an emergency session. The air was thick with tension, and murmurs filled the room as they awaited the arrival of Commander Xyloth, the leader of the Morthax Empire's ill-fated Earth invasion fleet. As Xyloth entered the chamber, the whispers fell silent. The commander's once proud stance was now replaced by a hunched posture, his eyes haunted by the memories of the recent events. He approached the central podium, preparing to address the council. "Esteemed members of the Galactic Council," Xyloth began, his voice strained. "I come before you today to report on the Morthax Empire's attempted conquest of the planet Earth. It is with great shame that I must admit our failure and the subsequent withdrawal of our forces." Gasps of disbelief echoed through the hall. The Morthax Empire was known for its unrivaled military might, having subjugated countless worlds with ease. The idea of them being defeated by a primitive species like humans seemed inconceivable. Xyloth continued, "Our initial assessment of Earth and its inhabitants led us to believe that conquering the planet would be a simple task. We vastly underestimated the humans and their unconventional tactics. They fought with a tenacity and ingenuity that we had never encountered before." The council members leaned forward, eager to hear more about the mysterious beings who had managed to repel the Morthax invasion. Xyloth took a deep breath, steeling himself to relive the bizarre and terrifying events that had unfolded on Earth. The humans employed strategies that defied all known military doctrines. They repurposed their everyday technology into formidable weapons, turning objects like microwaves and lawnmowers into devastating tools of war. Their resistance was not just physical, but psychological as well. They bombarded our troops with a barrage of memes and references to their popular culture, sowing confusion and undermining morale. The council members exchanged glances of bewilderment and disbelief. The concept of memes and popular culture being used as weapons was foreign to them, and they struggled to comprehend the effectiveness of such tactics. Xyloth's voice trembled as he recounted the turning point of the invasion. "In a desperate attempt to understand our enemy, we captured several humans for interrogation. However, our efforts proved futile. The humans responded with sarcasm, defiance, and a barrage of nonsensical references to their entertainment media. It was as if they were speaking an entirely different language, one that our translators could not decipher." The commander paused, the weight of his next words heavy on his shoulders. "In the end, it was the humans' unyielding spirit and their ability to adapt and innovate that proved to be our downfall. They launched a counterattack, exploiting the very technology we had brought to conquer them. Our own weapons were turned against us, and we found ourselves outmatched and outwitted at every turn." Silence fell over the council chamber as the members processed the shocking revelation. The Morthax Empire, once considered invincible, had been brought to its knees by a species they had deemed primitive and insignificant. Xyloth's voice was barely above a whisper as he concluded his report. "In our arrogance, we believed that Earth would be just another conquest, another notch in the Morthax Empire's belt. But the humans taught us a valuable lesson. They showed us the power of resilience, creativity, and the unbreakable spirit of a species united in the face of adversity." As the commander stepped down from the podium, the council erupted into a frenzy of questions and debates. The implications of Earth's victory over the Morthax Empire would ripple throughout the galaxy, challenging long-held assumptions about the balance of power and the nature of warfare itself. In the midst of the chaos, one thing became abundantly clear: the humans of Earth were not to be underestimated. They had proven themselves to be a force to be reckoned with, a species capable of defying the odds and emerging victorious against seemingly insurmountable odds. The Galactic Council knew that the repercussions of this failed invasion would be far-reaching. Earth had sent a message to the entire universe, one that would forever change the course of galactic history. The humans had shown that sometimes the greatest strength lies not in advanced technology or overwhelming numbers, but in the indomitable spirit and ingenuity of a species determined to protect their home. As the emergency session adjourned, the council members dispersed, each grappling with the profound implications of Earth's triumph. The Morthax Empire, once feared and revered, had become a cautionary tale, a reminder that even the mightiest could fall when faced with the unyielding resolve of humanity. And so, the story of Earth's resistance against the Morthax invasion spread throughout the galaxy, inspiring hope in those who had long suffered under the yoke of oppression. The humans had become a symbol of defiance, a beacon of light in the darkness of a universe where the strong had always preyed upon the weak. In the end, it was not just Earth that had emerged victorious, but the very spirit of resilience and determination that had carried the humans through their darkest hour. It was a lesson that would echo through the ages, a testament to the power of the human spirit and the indomitable will to survive against all odds. The Morthax Empire's arrival. The Morthax fleet emerged from hyperspace, the massive warships casting ominous shadows across Earth's orbit. On the bridge of the flagship, Commander Xyloth stood tall, his eyes fixed on the blue planet below. He had led countless invasions before, and Earth was to be just another conquest in the Morthax Empire's relentless expansion. "Scan the planet for their defenses," Xyloth ordered, his voice cold and authoritative. "I want a full assessment of their military capabilities." The bridge crew set to work, their fingers dancing across the glowing control panels. Holographic displays flickered to life, showing a myriad of data and images from the planet's surface. "Commander," one of the officers reported, a hint of confusion in his voice. "The scans are picking up unusual activity on the planet. The humans appear to be celebrating." Xyloth's brow furrowed as he examined the feed. The images showed crowds of humans gathered in the streets, waving banners and cheering. Some were dressed in bizarre costumes, while others held up signs with strange slogans like "Welcome our alien overlords" and "Take me to your leader." "What is the meaning of this?" Xyloth demanded, perplexed by the humans' behavior. "Are they not aware of our presence?" "It seems they are, Commander," another officer replied. "Our translators have intercepted their global communications. They are referring to our arrival as the first contact day, and are celebrating it as a historic moment." Xyloth's lips curled into a sneer. "Fools," he muttered. "They have no idea what awaits them. Prepare the invasion force. We will show these primitive beings the true might of the Morthax Empire." As the Morthax ships descended into Earth's atmosphere, the human celebrations grew louder. News networks around the world broadcast live footage of the alien vessels, and social media platforms exploded with excitement and speculation. Little did the Morthax know that the humans' seemingly innocent celebrations were part of a carefully orchestrated plan. Behind the scenes, Earth's leaders had been preparing for this moment for decades. They had studied the Morthax's previous conquests, analyzed their tactics, and devised a strategy that would catch the invaders off guard. As the Morthax troops landed on Earth's surface, they were greeted by a sight that defied their expectations. Instead of panicked civilians and a disorganized resistance, they found themselves surrounded by a sea of smiling faces and outstretched hands. "Welcome to Earth," the humans cheered, offering the bewildered Morthax soldiers flowers, snacks, and novelty t-shirts emblazoned with the phrase, "I survived the alien invasion." The Morthax stood frozen, unsure how to respond to this unexpected reception. Their training had prepared them for battle, for the screams of the dying and the smell of burning cities. But this was something entirely different. Commander Xyloth watched the scene unfold from his flagship, his frustration mounting with each passing moment. "What are they doing?" he growled. "Why aren't they attacking?" "Sir," one of the officers reported, "the humans appear to be inviting our troops to join in their celebrations. They are offering them food and drink, and some of our soldiers are actually accepting." Xyloth slammed his fist against the console, the metal denting under the force of his anger. "This is unacceptable," he roared. "We are here to conquer, not to partake in their primitive festivities, ordered the troops to commence the attack immediately. But as the Morthax soldiers raised their weapons, they found themselves hesitating. The humans' warm welcome had caught them off guard, and the festive atmosphere made it difficult to muster the aggression needed for an invasion. Some of the soldiers began to lower their weapons, their eyes wide with confusion and uncertainty. Others found themselves drawn into the celebrations, accepting the offered food and drink, and even joining in the humans' strange dances. Commander Zoloth watched in disbelief as his carefully planned invasion began to unravel before his eyes. The humans' tactic was unlike anything he had ever encountered, and it was proving to be far more effective than he could have imagined. As the hours passed, the Morthax's resolve began to crumble. The humans' hospitality and genuine warmth chipped away at their aggressive instincts, leaving them questioning the very purpose of their mission. In the heart of the celebrations, Earth's leaders smiled knowingly. Their plan was working perfectly. By welcoming the Morthax with open arms, they had thrown the invaders off balance, sowing doubt and confusion among their ranks. But this was only the beginning. As the Morthax struggled to regain control of the situation, the humans were already preparing their next move. They had lulled the invaders into a false sense of security, and now it was time to strike. The Earth's resistance had been quietly mobilizing, gathering their unconventional weapons and preparing to launch a surprise attack that would shake the Morthax to their core. Commander Zoloth, still reeling from the unexpected turn of events, had no idea what awaited his forces. He had underestimated the humans, and now he would pay the price for his arrogance. The stage was set for a battle unlike any the galaxy had ever seen. The Morthax Empire, with its advanced technology and overwhelming military might, was about to face the full force of human ingenuity, resilience, and the power of an unconventional strategy that would forever change the course of galactic history. Earth's unconventional resistance. As the Morthax soldiers struggled to regain their composure amidst the humans' unexpected welcome, Earth's resistance forces sprang into action. Across the globe, hidden underground bunkers and secret command centers hummed with activity as the planet's defenders prepared to unleash their unconventional arsenal. In the heart of New York City, a group of engineers and hackers huddled around a makeshift command center, their eyes glued to the screens displaying the Morthax's movements. "All right, folks," the lead engineer announced, a mischievous grin on her face. "It's time to show these aliens what Earth is made of. Activate Operation Meme Warfare." With a few keystrokes, the team unleashed a barrage of internet memes, flooding the Morthax's communication channels with a cacophony of viral images, videos, and catchphrases. The invaders' translators struggled to make sense of the nonsensical references, their confusion growing with each passing moment. In the skies above London, a squadron of repurposed delivery drones swarmed the Morthax's fighter ships, their payloads not bombs or missiles, but rather an assortment of everyday items turned into makeshift weapons. Microwave ovens, rigged to explode upon impact, rained down on the alien craft, while remote-controlled lawnmowers, outfitted with razor-sharp blades, zipped through the air, slicing through the enemy's shields with surprising effectiveness. Across the Pacific, in the bustling streets of Tokyo, a team of robotics experts unleashed a horde of Roomba-like cleaning robots, modified to secrete a slippery substance that sent the Morthax soldiers tumbling to the ground. The sight of the mighty warriors flailing helplessly on the pavement, their weapons clattering uselessly beside them, was a testament to the ingenuity of Earth's resistance. As the battles raged on, the humans' tactics grew increasingly bizarre and unpredictable. In the Australian outback, a group of wildlife experts released a swarm of genetically enhanced hemus, their feathers laced with a potent itching powder that drove the Morthax soldiers to distraction. The sight of the invaders scratching furiously at their skin, their discipline crumbling under the onslaught of the feathered fiends, was a source of great amusement to the human fighters. Back in the Morthax flagship, Commander Zoloth watched the chaos unfold with growing frustration. His troops, once the pride of the Empire, were being outmaneuvered and outmatched at every turn by the humans' unorthodox tactics. "Sir," one of the officers reported, his voice trembling, "our soldiers are reporting strange sightings on the battlefield. They claim to have seen giant inflatable dinosaurs." "Sir." Xylos' eyes widened in disbelief. "Giant inflatable what?" "Dinosaurs, sir. The humans appear to be using them as decoys, drawing our fire while their real forces flank us from the sides." The commander slammed his fist against the console, his rage boiling over. "This is madness," he roared. "We are the Morthax Empire. We have conquered countless worlds, and yet we are being made fools of by these primitives and their absurd tactics." As the battle raged on, the Morthax's morale began to crumble. The constant barrage of memes, the bizarre weapons, and the unpredictable nature of the humans' resistance took a heavy toll on the invaders' psyche. Soldiers who had once marched into battle with unwavering confidence now found themselves hesitating, their minds reeling from the onslaught of the human psychological warfare. In a desperate attempt to regain control of the situation, Commander Zoloff ordered his troops to fall back and regroup. But even as they retreated, the humans pursued them relentlessly, their improvised weapons and unconventional tactics proving just as effective in offense as they had in defense. The Morthax, once considered the most formidable military force in the galaxy, found themselves outmatched and outwitted at every turn. The humans, with their resilience, creativity, and sheer audacity, had turned the tide of the invasion, and now the invaders were the ones on the run. As the battle drew to a close, the humans emerged victorious, their cities battered but their spirit unbroken. The Morthax, their pride shattered and their forces in disarray, had no choice but to retreat, their dreams of conquest crumbling to dust in the face of Earth's unconquerable defenders. The story of Earth's resistance spread like wildfire throughout the galaxy, inspiring hope in those who had long suffered under the yoke of oppression. The humans had shown that even the mightiest empire could be brought to its knees by the power of creativity, determination, and the unbreakable will of a united people. And so, as the Morthax licked their wounds and the humans celebrated their hard-fought victory, the galaxy watched in awe, knowing that a new power had risen, one that would forever change the balance of power in the universe: interrogation and defiance. In the aftermath of the Morthax's retreat, Commander Xyloff found himself consumed by a desperate need to understand the humans and their perplexing tactics. In a last-ditch effort to gain insight into their enemy, the Morthax launched a covert operation to abduct several humans for interrogation. Under the cover of darkness, a team of elite Morthax soldiers infiltrated a small town on the outskirts of a major city. They moved silently through the streets, their advanced cloaking technology rendering them invisible to the human eye. With surgical precision, they targeted a group of individuals who had been identified as potential sources of valuable information. Among the abductees was Dr. Liana Novak, a brilliant engineer who had played a key role in developing some of Earth's most effective unconventional weapons. Alongside her were a group of hackers, meme creators, and social media influencers, each chosen for their unique skills and knowledge. The humans were swiftly transported to a secret Morthax base, hidden deep within the mountains of an uninhabited planet. There, they were subjected to a barrage of interrogation techniques, as the Morthax sought to extract every bit of information they could about Earth's resistance strategies. But the humans proved to be far more resilient than the Morthax had anticipated. Despite the advanced technology and psychological manipulation employed by their captors, the abductees remained defiant, their spirits unbroken. As the Morthax interrogators struggled to break the defiant humans, Earth's resistance forces were already planning their next move. Armed with the knowledge that their captured comrades would never betray them, they set in motion a daring plan to not only rescue the abductees, but also to strike a decisive blow against the Morthax Empire. Guided by the genius of Dr. Liana Novak's colleagues and the cunning of the resistance leaders, Earth's forces began to infiltrate the Morthax's computer systems. Hackers, armed with an arsenal of custom-designed viruses and malware, wormed their way into the heart of the enemy's network, their digital weapons wreaking havoc on the Morthax's communications and defense systems. As the Morthax's technological advantage began to crumble, the Resistance launched a series of coordinated attacks across the globe. Makeshift factories, hidden beneath the ruins of cities, roared to life, churning out a new generation of unconventional weapons designed to exploit the weaknesses exposed by the hackers' digital assault. In the skies above the secret Morthax base, a fleet of repurposed civilian aircraft, piloted by daring volunteers, appeared as if from nowhere. The planes, loaded with a payload of the Resistance's most potent meme-based weaponry, descended upon the enemy stronghold, catching the Morthax completely off guard. As the base's defenses crumbled under the onslaught of the humans' audacious assault, a strike team led by Earth's most skilled warriors breached the facility's perimeter. They fought their way through the stunned Morthax guards, their unconventional tactics and sheer determination overpowering the enemy's superior technology. Deep within the heart of the base, the strike team located the holding cells where Dr. Novak and her fellow abductees were being held. The humans, their spirits buoyed by the sound of the approaching rescue force, rose up against their captors, overwhelming them with a sudden surge of defiance and ingenuity. As the rescuers breached the cell block, they were greeted by the sight of the abductees standing triumphant over the unconscious forms of their Morthax interrogators. Dr. Novak, a fierce grin on her face, held aloft a makeshift device cobbled together from the remnants of the cell's security system. "What took you so long?" she quipped, her eyes sparkling with mischief. With the abductees safely in tow, the strike team fought their way back out of the base, their escape covered by the chaos sown by the hackers' digital assault and the relentless barrage of the airborne Neem Brigade. As they emerged into the open air, they were greeted by the sight of the Morthax forces in full retreat, their once mighty warships fleeing before the might of Earth's unconventional arsenal. News of the humans' stunning victory spread like wildfire across the galaxy. The Morthax Empire, once thought invincible, had been brought to its knees by the ingenuity, courage, and sheer audacity of a species they had dismissed as primitive and insignificant. In the aftermath of the conflict, Earth emerged as a new power on the galactic stage. The humans' unconventional tactics and indomitable spirit had earned them the respect and admiration of countless alien races, many of whom now sought to forge alliances with the unlikely victors. As for the Morthax, their defeat at the hands of the humans had shattered their aura of invincibility. The once mighty empire found itself the target of ridicule and mockery, their reputation as the galaxy's most fearsome conquerors forever tarnished by their humiliating failure on Earth. In the years that followed, Earth's influence continued to grow, as the humans shared their knowledge and expertise with their newfound allies. The galaxy had been forever changed by the events of the Morthax invasion, and the humans had emerged as the unlikely guardians of a new era of peace and cooperation. And so, the story of Earth's resistance against the Morthax Empire passed into legend, a testament to the power of creativity, resilience, and the unbreakable spirit of a species that had dared to stand against the greatest threat the galaxy had ever known. The humans had proven, once and for all, that the true strength of a civilization lay not in the sophistication of its technology, but in the courage and ingenuity of its people. The Morthax, their once proud empire reduced to a shadow of its former glory, faded into obscurity, a cautionary tale of the folly of underestimating the potential of a determined and united foe. And as the galaxy looked to the future, it did so with the knowledge that, in the face of any challenge, the humans of Earth would always stand ready to defend their home and their way of life, no matter the odds. In the end, it was not the Morthax's advanced weapons or vast armadas that had determined the outcome of the conflict, but rather the unquenchable spirit and boundless creativity of a species that had refused to surrender, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. The humans had shown the galaxy that true power lay not in the ability to conquer, but in the courage to stand firm in the face of adversity, and in the unwavering belief in the strength of one's own convictions. And as the people of Earth looked to the stars, they did so with a newfound sense of purpose and unity, secure in the knowledge that, whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, as one people, united by the bonds of courage, compassion, and an unbreakable determination to build a better future for all.